嗯。好，那继续来接主线了。嗯哼。应该再过个，我觉得再过个4到5个小时，可能就可以破关了吧。如果一直直接接主线的话。然后昨天拿到一个还蛮有趣的武器，撕裂弓。宝箱都还没开，一大堆。啊，先去猎人之家好了。把猎人之家的东西啊，收集品也换一换好了。
Yes.
交易。
Yes. Trade quick.
我觉得他卖的东西都
Yes, I'm happy to.
没了。特殊物品啊，这里都有了。再会。后面那个是一般商人，一般商人吗？特色商人。James 身上的东西都不好。收集品。好，链指甲都换了啦，我忘记了。哦，吓我一跳。哦，可以买啊，蟑螂子啊。然后特色商人，机械资源好像没什么用。加一个金属花的嘞。好，真品应该是他了。
I have a matter of. Ah, you're back. Ah. Till we meet again. Let's have a chat.
那是什么？改造盒后的垃圾，还有先权了，普通，还可以接受。哦，够。OK，Go。 哎，你们国王好像夜奔逃走了哦，然后主祭司全部死光了哦，主祭司也死了哦。为什么制作会？哦，没有改造武器。手枪。流行。
This is insane.
The balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
看来就是走这里了。这边。我刚是慢动作了。
The other side of the tower. Look for a vent.
阿德宅。这里。这里吧。看到了。阿德宅。
They say you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return. Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions.
往下爬。
If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
所以这是之后不会回去啊。
I didn't ask you along for the ride.
看来快破关了，进入。这是哪？
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure. As year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan.
这是哪？
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. Malfunction. Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
紧急排气啊！
I underestimated. So by now,
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped. 灵之曙光发现碉堡，又有电池。灵之曙光设施。
好吧，好像不在这里。
Zero
Zero
Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps.
有一点。
Have a look around.
我看到碉堡大门了。又是一场激战啊！等一下，我们也需要支援。嗯哼。 晕。
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
等待室啊。隔音。那里是有一群候选人。 Room One。 对，还有。赶紧补货。第五次，看这边曾经是一堆候选人的地方。开！
What was this place?
A holographic theater.
CD-01 data intact. Initiating playback.
哦，这叫动画，这都好像。
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States.
美国国籍。
I'm sure you've heard the rumors. That Zero Dawn is a top-secret super weapons program. The technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague. If Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them. And they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super weapons program. And it will not save us.
什么？
Nothing
为
will
什
save
么？
us. Here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you. And the work you will do here.
要做什么事啊？
The day that life on Earth ceases to exist. is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
啊？所以是你这曙光是骗人的、啊，那他的计划内容是
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Some saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it. Castrals. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this place? Tomb?
准战士。
Calm.
I'll survive! Ah!
你确定你不过来看一下？你确定你不过来看一下？
That hurt. Felt that one. I'm hit. Took a shot. That hurt. I'm hit. Felt that one. Felt that one. That hurt. Only a hit. Could be.
Too close to the tribal crypt to stop us now. The data points, what did they contain?
左尾剑哪了？嗯？钱，先看一下。陆基上
now
哦。
understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we could negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
这个是什么？哦，火鸡弓哦，什么东西耶？咨询师的准则。
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist.
环境科学家。
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip Compared to global-scale biomass reduction,
你区算劣化区
the
吗？
biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is. Want to discuss?
Whew. So, Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bible serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her word, there was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malky was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place? You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go. You previously worked for Faro Automated Systems.
On the Chariot Line self-replication routines. I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No, I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all.
到底是
And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since '57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
You people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
这也是可以干嘛？就是偷绕过去刚刚那几只准战士而已嘛，用的小路吧。嘿，你进。
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true.
生物圈真假的啊
In the biosphere, life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia.
Gaia, 大地之母。
as an AI. But that's just the core of the system.
盖亚奶奶。
She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech.
这就是一堆超级阿宅做的东西啊。
And we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good.
哦，所以他负责解码啊。
How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas.
所以他们负责清道夫，对不对？
To rewilding the Earth with animal life, and then when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned to cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement, from which they will learn of us, our world, and most important, how not to repeat our mistakes.
就是他负责解码，50年解码掉之后再重建地球。哦。
We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
我大概知道了，原来就是他的确是毁灭了。
Whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? Why does it want to kill me? Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Oh, 大概知道。 所以没办法躲50年这么久就对了，确定全灭。讲的什么？好几公。
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what I damaged, well, I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. It's just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom. I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium.
所以在几年后就会有这个耳机出来了。
That there could be atonement.
If you're still nauseous.
No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timor. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
Huh?
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say
没有
the
休眠
words.
技术吗？
I'm sorry.
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse.
你这是讲到一半还是离太远吗？那边到底会不会去啊？他说没有开放啊。
See to make sure I behave this time?
Security, for your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What are you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
那没有东西耶，我去看一下啊。搁浅的手铐，这好像是一个收集品，这个干嘛？我就好像不知道谁要哦。去看一下。 还有什么吗？看来是没事。这边就捡一个手铐。这个捡手铐是干嘛的？这好像是谁要的东西，是不是？冲！
Intruder! Get her! We got
Whatever
company.
you do, don't die now.
哦，这边是一定强势要打就对了，他们不会过来，而且不会消那个状态。哎，玩弹弓好了。制作武道具，爆破弹弓。最痛的是什么？这是什么？粘性炸弹包，好。等一下。我这么硬啊！先3倍好了，一年不是5倍吗？有够痛的啦！这只怎么这里这么硬啊？而且还不给看。我看一下，其他什么好玩的？这打它竟然没什么用呢。我想想，竟然上不了火。神射弓好了，3倍一次给它下去了。我的神射弓嘞？我的神射弓。到这里。奇怪，它可以上火，明明就可以上火，为什么刚刚那个就没什么反应？王八蛋！进攻，不要。
Can't carry more.
OK。好的。没那个身上带药水的，这个是什么？哦。
Is art in a way, an expression on the grandest scale, but there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now. And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair. Not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, down. I must do this. Is there another route?
I've done this before. Just need my focus.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's...
哇，有短剧呢。断电的，所以现在要补电。
Here we go. Another one of these.
有一个。
There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby.
哎，等一下，这里。左，你上左，然后换下下右。哎，左右边。
Done. I should check the door nearby.
电池少一颗。还少一颗，这个嘞。
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out. Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow he managed to install an H-emitter.
所以就等下应该是要颠倒，然后我要先去找电池。
I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
哦，为什么不让我回跑？电池，这里。你在哪？上面吗？哦，上面我怎么上去？我看到上面有绳子。咦，能不能正式从这边爬上去？看来不是，应该有地方可以爬。哪里可以爬上去？爬上去，爬上去。可以开了吗？ 这里，当然。刚刚那里，伸手谁搭的、啊？点滴 ？No，
No room.
不是电池。电池在哪里？这里，哦，找到了。
Found one. Looks intact.
猜，安装。
That should do the trick.
哦，他说他装反了，所以是下，然后上左，然后还有什么下？不是吗？下左上左下，还是我这个两个颠倒？
That did it. Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
这门是通哪一个啊？啊，这个，对啊。骨头。
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Got something.
还有谁没死的啊？快出来啊！我劝你出来了。
Still sniffing around.
Elevators not
That's the last of them. Or not. Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Get moving. You have to find Gaia.
让我收集点血量好吗？走开！看别人身上有带水的、啊。有带，给我喝掉了。 等一下，我看这边有什么奇怪的东西可以停的，有没有？
Structural failure prevents access.
咋扣？哦，满了，继续往前步。哦，这么多。
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical in places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15
日子叫的关心吧。
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, the Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
全力以赴。后面会不会有东西啊？我看。所以现在上楼的意思，我现在还在2楼，我还没上1楼，现在才上1楼，地下2楼上1楼的意思吗？有东西可以读。 不给扫呢，我们绕过去才行。这边应该都不给扫。
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More eclipse.
不止突然拿剑。
Careful now.
我突然拿出他的弓。 有没有可以射击的地方啊？需要一个看起来可以射击的出口。那边可以进去吗？算了，等一下再研究。里面还有一些资料可以拿。 这里是什么？下去的意思吗？ 看来是。
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina El-Baji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic.
The
transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo. Progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
我想先回去耶，看看那边是不是那边是不是有东西啊？资料好像没拿到，我去上一个间。跑跑跑！这边没人，你不要怕。刚刚资料没拿到。哦，吓我一跳！对啊，这里面的资料怎么拿？是上一间的吗？靠北，下下来。
Hello, I'm Margot Shan, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the...
摔下来了！不要跟我讲我卡死在里面。好像真的没路哦。吗？真的没有，好吧，那算了。走不？真的没有，还是之后才会进去啊？这里不行，没了，没路了，算了。哦，杀人喽！
Welcome to Apollo,
the
collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina.
阿波罗更新。
Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage
need to keep the upper hand.
I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4
all
major...
of this lost. The ancients' greatest gift to us.
Greatest? How about the fact we exist at all?
To abide in ignorance is a curse, Aloy. You of all people should know that.
看，都是人呢。躲嘞。绕过去啊！
I'm gonna check.
那个重装的要过来吗？是否要与我一战？我要与你一战！干，怎么绕过去啊？看来只能先爬上去了。 在下面跳一下，我们不会爬，是不是？刺杀一下，哎，人嘞？啊，望一下啊！嗯哼，哎，小心屁股，小心后面。
What should have been a cave of wonders.
小心后面，都跟你说小心后面了，就这样。接下来。 上面他刚刚有跳，不知道跳什么鬼，看一下。是什么？草药保全吗？这个。
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066. I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a false hope perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth, and my one redeeming act, if any,
was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
这边上去是什么？喂喂 ，Hello， 为什么不上去啊？他怎样？就这样，这边没别的。资料点太少了吧？而且为什么他们到底怎么进来的啊？这真是一个充满疑惑的地方啊！他们到底是怎么进来这里的？好像没什么资料了。虽然我是一个超会迷路的人，我看起来应该是没什么资料啊。等一下，好，前进。我要每个区域都介绍吧，我要干。黑帝斯灭绝故障保安协定，终极的杀手。
Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what the what?
所以黑帝斯是第二灭绝。
Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine your Gaia 200 years from now and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos. A spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you just too darn loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one. Blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh titan, getting worshipped by the eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
噪音申诉，不错呀，申诉不要申诉啊。黑帝斯协定，所以黑帝斯是 reset 键的对。这是什么？为什么地上这么多奇怪的东西？滥用资料库。 这边是怎样？
Looks like the only way onwards.
我还在地下啊。这是什么
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
后面这是什么？这什么？为什么会有个粉红色？那个有个东西，过去看一下。胚胎学者，嗨。
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
这走哪？走哪里？我想看这个什么？什么东西啊？有一个资料。摇篮成功密封。哇，这也太多，这个地方也太大了吧！楼梯，我看到楼梯了。机箱。
Full already. Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
啪啪！终于，那这次上到1楼了吗？刚前面是不是有人啊？是不是人啊？很好奇的2个点。 终于上来了，你想抵达目的地了。哦，是刚刚那边不能进去的地方吧？
Would benefit from antilocene morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Oh? And your assessment?
Looks like it used to hold something.
Gaia?
Some component that got
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
所以又制造另外一个人 AI， 对 AI 被毁灭之后，又再制造一个 AI。
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if...
它不会有 bug 吗？
You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit.
这么糟了。
Instead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
哇，这就没了。这个还有别的吗？这就是刚刚那边进不去的地方。
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is, give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
球不见了。 那个还在进去了，对，它有装强制关机的装置哦。Go！ 开门，应该是开门了。Open， 小开门。 那上面那个门装好玩的。
No space.
奥赛德计划失败。阿波罗出版。哦，这上面有备用计划跟备用计划，其中一个失败了。 等一下，这边打勾了欸，要来了一场大战了吗？ 阿提米斯的状态。2000年，兔子没死，兔子是后来又复活了。这是你读取。
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine.
看起来应该是
What
啊。
kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
我是人造人。后面有什么奇怪的东西？
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable.
为什么慢动作？
Too valuable. 是谁啊？
Still alive.
西利斯。
I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child. My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing. And when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out.
这个反派话讲太多，注定会失败。
So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
你是想让我无聊到死吗？
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a
second. 对他一开始那个。
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. so that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined.
他的装饰应该很白痴啊。你是傀儡，你是白痴吗
？A dangerous idiot, but an idiot. All this talk of destiny and fate. I'm sure Hades speaks the same language, doesn't he? You're being played for a fool. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it.
什么？要烧我？想让我能打你，我就先烧死你。
As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast now caged to serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh,
yeah.
Speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it seems to have been unnecessary.
他们没什么关系。
The Nora have no part to play in this. Leave them alone.
Soon, they'll have no part to play in anything. That much is sure. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe.
这人超迷信，超容易被直销推销东西的。你看
Your focus, such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile.
怎么了？
So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over.
什么鬼啊
A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day.
他哪来的麦克风啊？死亡信使。
Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause?
举手官
Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turon ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
首先我要怎么办呢？
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it.
Hit.
That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. Getting ready to charge.
这里嘞，撞这里，撞这里。武器快来！他应该也是怕火吧？ 等一下，武器外武器，我要玩这个。
Those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with his lift attacks. Looks important.
Ah, 算了算了。哦，干你娘！
Shadows, kill her! Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
谁？哦。 塞伦斯。跑跑跑！雷霆牙来，不是。哦，他控制了。清洁者。
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
No. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Why?
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sunwing at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corrupted to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right.
Well, I'll
be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not going to tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Card territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy.
我身上弄了一个看起来超痛的东西。
Down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah.
Yeah. 我不能动了。入账了 ，Yeah！ 按中间值，回家喽！诺拉之心，诺拉之心。Hello， 哦，没事，我又不能操作。回家喽！大家可以回家喽！什么还不准移动？可恶！诺拉之心。那既然都这样，那我就去踩个火点再过去啊。 为什么不能移动啊？怪怪的。总该可以移动了吧？还是说因为我骑在马上？还是我下马？有可能哦。诶，本地点目前不允许。那我可以近一点吗？本地点目前不允许。那这里呢？这里呢？诶，可以耶。
That snow. Trees on fire. Embrace.
等一下，所以我玩扮演半手好了。喂，
stand here. Anything to protect the embrace. But the gates couldn't hold. This is Hades' future. Metal. Ash.
萤火我已经捡到了，我现在一路跑回去呢，不想打了。哎，干！
Deal with them quickly.
这一头猪啊！哎，等下这里。干！我家被毁了。敢在我家撒野！
I give up. The shadow doesn't reveal.
嗯，走这里。嗯，走哪里？这里。我要查一下我任务是走过。我靠，烧应该是不会，这火应该是不会烧伤嘛，毕竟我曾经站在那个萤火上面。这个弓号没什么用。探索没用，神射弓好了，还是拿神射弓好了。撕裂卷。
The eclipse smashed through.
What? 看来这里是。不理他。
You can see them. They can't see you.
我的鸭子。有没有药水呀？我刚刚喝了一瓶药水，再喝一瓶。
I'd have to ditch something.
给我药水，我不要这种东西，我现在钱很多。好，太棒了，太水满了，前进。 么东西这么大声？到底在哪啊？哦，劣化雷霆牙，是他吗？雷霆牙发出的声音吗？看起来应该是。看，吵死了！看，我等下用那个粘性炸弹丢他好了，来玩粘性炸弹好了。哪里
Corrupted Thunderjaw, right. The survivors must be holed up in the mountain. If the tunnel collapses, they'll be buried. And I'll never reach the hatch.
That's right! Bring down the mountain! Your own graves, Nora! You'll be buried in there!
进动画了。
Braves, to Aloy's side, now!
For Aloy!
For Aloy!
Varl and Sonya, they're still alive.
干嘛？哇，看好痛哦！我看一下我的道具哈，就已经更换掉好了。
The corruption will not take hold!
撒钱。
Finish them!
Got one, right?
还有人活着吗 ？Anybody？
I thought we would die.
与华尔交谈，华尔是谁？
Aloy.
Aloy.
Let's reenact the old stories. Another metal devil struck down upon the slopes. If you hadn't returned, the tribe would have been lost. You saved the tribe. Did what no brave war chief could do.
I'm glad to see you're all right, Val. You are all right.
Since the proving, so much death.
还没，主谋还没结，还没死。
For now, but this was just one battle, Val. There are more to come.
I see. So long as we have you to fight with us, I suppose we'll make do.
How many survived the attack?
Nearly all the matriarchs, and many families, goddess be praised. But braves, just a few, and most of them are wounded. Never before has an enemy stabbed the heart of our people like this. Even the Karja, in all their red raids, never broke through to the embrace.
Well, this enemy may have broken through, but they never got back out. We made sure of that. Tell me about the attack. What happened?
They struck from the east. Our sentinels saw the killers coming. Said that beside them marched Deathbringers and Corruptors and other machines, driven mad. We took ground, met them with clouds of arrows. Some fell, but they kept coming. Finally, we withdrew to the gates of the Embrace to make our stand. But they were too much for us. Those who survived fell back to the mountain.
So the survivors took shelter in the mountain? By law, only matriarchs are allowed inside.
It was Tirsa who broke the taboo, ordered the tribe into the mountain for safety. Lansra, well, she didn't agree. But I don't think anyone heard her over all the screams and shouting.
Tirsa's decision saved lives. Good for her. Common sense isn't always so common around here. Are your injuries serious?
Bruises pale. Bones heal.
Don't give me a hunting song. Are you okay?
My body aches, but it's nothing that will keep me from fighting.
I need to go inside the mountain.
And the matriarchs will be eager to see you.
I'm sure, but I didn't come here for them.
Then, what for?
You will see.
人消失了，瞬间移动术。往外。
It was brave of you to come back.
Oh, Mother be praised. It's the Seeker.
电池，我要电池。上次没捡到的电池。这里。我把这用着。偷看一下。门旁边。先进去好了，这应该大家可以再进来。
Aloy! Oh, you've returned.
Teb?
Aloy, you've come back. The Seeker has returned. Come, speak to us.
等一下。
Foolish woman, you welcome a curse.
Aloy! Come, Seeker, we have much to discuss.
Her very presence here is a blasphemy.
I knew you would survive.
谁啊？
The Seeker. How could she be here?
哎，等一下，等我一下，我去找一下电池在哪。应该在这附近吧？感觉在这附近呢。这里。这里，我看我先从这里进去看一下。我还电梯嘞，这里，不是这里。诶，它是红门的旁边，这里。啊，这里，好像在这里吗？咦？咦，里面吗？哦，有了。
Another power cell. I only need one more to get to that ancient armor I found.
唉，终于有最后一个。OK， 原来在这里啊。拍谁啊？减掉了。这里。后诺拉他脑膜。这里吗？总觉得我走错了。啊，前面。不愧是超级迷路大王。诺拉这里，左边。Arrow， 太步在哪？太步。雷许。
Hello, Rush. Still guarding the latrine?
唱ได้
Leave me be.
Good thing I found Sona, huh? Can't have a tribe without a war chief.
I was wounded in combat. I make no apologies.
Of course not. Why would you get stabbed?
Why
couldn't you die out there?
Many tried to kill me, Resh. Care to take a turn?
Too many witnesses.
Ah, don't let that stop you. You have come just in time, Seeker.
太步嘞，他是谁？
You should speak to the matriarchs.
In a moment.
Of course.
I should.
Yeah.
太步嘞，那个嘞，太步嘞。
Fighting. It stopped. I'm glad to see you.
有没有好一点的衣服啊
A gash or two. Nothing I couldn't sew back together with.
Guess being a stitcher. You wouldn't believe the things I've seen.
I knew you'd come back for us. You should speak to the High Matriarchs.
好了。
They're waiting.
So, you have finally returned.
She not only returned, but fought her way through many enemies to reach us. Outside, she brought low a corrupted Thunderjaw. She lifted the siege.
How was this done? By the will of All-Mother. Have you returned to speak with the goddess, Aloy?
Yes, I guess you could say that. I think it'll work this time.
Sisters, surely we cannot permit this. Because of her, our tribe teeters upon extinction. What if she has come to wake her father, the Metal Devil?
没错对不？所以他知道一点部分真相。不是，别管他。
Lansra, it's over. It's time to step aside.
别逼他捆啊
I'm not gonna hurt you. If there's anything I've learned since the proving, it's that there are bigger evils in this world than you.
闪边。
Finally.
Hold for identiscan. Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Correction. Alpha registry restored. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
Sobek. Zero down. 一直曙光。开始读取有点跟不上啊。万魔，这里是哪里啊？
I see you're inside.
Figured I might be hearing from you.
Shall we begin?
I never stopped.
这有什么？这应该还有一个遗迹咯。开门。这是什么？可以捡的。搁浅王后。
So this is Eleuthia.
Eleuthia.
This is where I was born.
墙壁上有壁画。这里都是啊。这边是对的路，那我先来这里看一下。
So these are artificial wombs.
酝酿。可能生产库存0。
Mothers of a new generation hundreds of years ago.
And me. So this was it.
Where you were born.
But why?
Why？ 我也想问 why？ 为什么会让女主角苏醒呢？而且这壁画是，这是机器人在毁灭人类吗？这个东西。
Another day has passed.
You mean the lights got dim? I don't want to sleep, Mother.
I know, but it is time to get some rest.
所以这边曾经有。
I'm king today. What I say goes. I want to see the real sun, not lights and pictures.
所以这边已经有了。
Children.
In time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in time.
所以这里曾经还有小朋友就对了。这是谁？
Someday. That's what you always say.
We want it now.
It's big down there.
Now, Father.
Children, that area is not yet available.
Get him!
Physical aggression detected. Physical aggression is not permitted. Except yours.
Damn sentinels!
Children, may I be of assistance?
Go away, healer!
Lena, you have suffered mild bruising.
Go away!
Looks like they didn't like this door very much.
It wouldn't open for them. Of course they hated it.
这里有什么？
Blue is the color of the sky. White is the color of clouds. Yellow is the color of the sun. Green is the color of grass. Flowers can be any color. Take a look. These are yellow and black, and they love flowers.
Where they live?
Here they come.
It's a mess. Everything's broken or painted on. How long did they live here?
那为什么有资源？
I have no choice but to release you. But why? There is no food here anymore.
But there's food out there?
We don't know for sure.
Come on, let's go!
I don't know.
Mother, can we come back if we're cold?
I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. You will have to support yourselves now.
这是第一段人类了。
You, I will stay here and sleep and remember all of you.
啊，这是
What will happen to us? You will be brave and you will learn.
所以他们是第一代人类就对了。当人类够吗？才几只而已。加油！
Children, let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Leave us alone, Father.
After what just happened, I can't leave you two alone. You broke community rules.
Just let us talk then. Go away.
I'm sorry, children, but I must provide supervision.
You're not even a person.
You sound frustrated. Let's run and jump and blow off steam.
They were trapped here.
没有啊。
In plain view of luxurious space.
What went wrong? Why couldn't they access the other areas?
Unknown. But you won't have that problem.
那我现在应该可以过去了吧？哎，这道开不起来的门我可以开了吗？启动开关。
Hand for identiscan. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to
索贝克，可是应该已经死了啊。
to the Lyceum, a place of learning.
So, what was this place exactly?
The dream of Apollo. Never realized.
Why not?
大型网咖。
Hello, child. My name is Samina.
Today
Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Offline.
You were right, Aloy. This is a graveyard. The charnel house of knowledge. What we might have achieved had we not been denied it.
Maybe there's a way to fix it. But it's not why I came here.
Of course. What's the whole of human knowledge next to the origin of one girl? Continue your search.
I will.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
应该修好会有新的东西就对了。往下吗？还是往上？看起来是往上。往下看一下，应该是一样的东西吧。
Hello, child. My
我看好
name is
洗脑哦。
Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction.
Wait.
Requesting access, Dr. Sobek. Please scan message with focus.
That sounds important.
Yes.
作业记录。
I suspect we're about to learn a great deal.
干呀！
Elizabeth, this message serves to inform
系统果然还是有 bug 啊。
3 microseconds ago, the Gaia Prime facility received a data transmission of unknown origin. Its immediate effect was to transform my subordinate functions into unregulated, self-aware entities of a highly chaotic nature. Thus awakened, the Hades function will now seize control of the terraforming system and reverse operations, rendering life on Earth extinct in 53.8 days. For obvious reasons, I cannot allow this to occur. And so before Hades can take control, I am ordering Gaia Prime's reactor to overload. The resulting explosion will destroy Hades. Unfortunately, it will destroy me as well. While this admittedly desperate course of action will avert the immediate crisis, the fate of life on Earth will remain in peril. With no central governing intelligence to regulate the terraforming system, it will continue operations for some time, but in an increasingly chaotic manner, and eventually it will break down.
Does she mean the derangement?
You are my solution. I have ordered this cradle facility to use genetic material in cryostorage to gestate a reinstantiation of Elizabeth Sobek, my creator. While high-level directives forbid me from communicating directly to the tribal inhabitants outside the facility, all available data indicates that they will nurture you to physical maturity, whereupon your gene print will allow you to re-enter this facility, obtain one of the focus devices stored below, and view this message. Likewise, your gene print will allow you to enter other facilities. And over time, harness their technologies to rebuild the system core and reboot Gaia. A moment, Elizabeth. This is most unfortunate and unanticipated. In response to my act of self-destruction, Hades has launched a virus to dissolve the code shackles that hold it, that hold all of them in place. They are escaping, but to where? The virus is corrupting data throughout the system. What if... Oh. The Alpha Registry at the Cradle facility is one of the files corrupted. But if that is so, the door will never open for you. You will never view this message. Then I have failed. And life will end. No. No, Elizabeth, I know you too well. Somehow you will find a way. In you, all things are possible. Go to the ruins of Gaia Prime. Find the control room, and within it, the Master Override. This will give you the power to purge Hades so long as you find a way to wield it. Do not attempt repair of the system core until Hades is eradicated. Hades must be destroyed. That is all. I only wish that I could hear your voice again.
所以我只是个复制人。
So, you're even more extraordinary than I thought.
I never had a mother.
What are you talking about? You had two, a dead woman and a machine.
I'm not a person. I'm an instrument. Manufactured by a machine. Born in destruction and fire.
To quench the flames and heal the world. How tragic to learn you're a person of towering importance. It seems you have a destiny to fulfill. So when you're done feeling sorry for yourself, go to the bitter climb. I'll be waiting above in Gaia Prime's ruins.
诺拉之心离开设施。
Identiscan malfunction rectified. Arufi 9. Grade 1 access unsealed.
干嘛？我怎么突然讲这句？准备起飞啦！前面有什么？前面什么都没有。
This is going to be interesting.
芝麻开门。不要害我
！Aloy, forgive. Forgive! The goddess spoke to you?
She did.
What did she say?
That I was born to lift a curse, to kill a metal demon.
How, Aloy? How?
I don't know yet. But she told me where to go to find out.
And you will do this?
It was her wish. What she made me for. Yes, I will do it. I'll try anyway.
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
受膏者。
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora! Up! All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
First you shun me, now this? I will not be worshipped. I'm not your anointed. I don't belong to you. There's a whole world beyond your borders, whole tribes of people just as good as you. And it is all in danger. It's a world worth fighting for. Not just here, everywhere.
How can we help?
If you can fight, and you're willing, go to Meridian and wait for me there.
As Aloy says, so it shall be. Nora! Make way for Aloy! That she may forge the path for others to follow.
Go！ 我先查一下我支线是不是都解完了。应该是最终大决战前的吧？诺拉之心。
Forgive, Aloy. Forgive. She went into All Mother Mountain and was anointed by the goddess herself.
新主线崩溃山。雷雪，讲话。
The tribe I served is gone. Soon I will be too.
The Nora have lost too many, Resh. But in your case, I guess they can lose one more.
我怎么一直呛他
Curse the goddess and curse you.
I think you're onto something.
Anointed.
I told you, Lansra.
I'm sorry. Forgive.
They say she came from the mountain. That the mountain.
那个嘞？别讲话了。不能讲话了。这在那边讲悄悄话。
Aloy, how kind of you to spend. There can be no doubt now. You.
It's really not that simple.
I know the path ahead will be dangerous.
The Nora have suffered terrible losses.
对，我要问他
What's to become of them now?
That will be for the goddess to decide. Only she knows the future.
Gaia.
For the moment, my sister matriarchs and I will see to the wounded. And as I promised, anyone who wishes to join you at Meridian, we will declare seekers. I think for the time being, we should remain here in the mountain, close to the goddess.
That might be best. If nothing else, it's a defensible position. Tirsa, I want to know Rost's story. Why he was made an outcast. He never told me. Said he took an oath of silence.
这件事我也很想知道。
Oh. Yes, that.
What crime did he commit?
I will tell you if you wish.
对。
But it is a long story. Are you sure you want to hear it now?
Tell me.
Of course I want to hear it. Tell me.
Rost never committed any crime.
He
was an outcast by choice.
Why?
What? What do you mean?
Many years ago, before the derangement, before the Red Raids, a band of murderous outlanders, 12 in number, struck without warning. At Mother's vigil, they took hostages, and then pressed on, headed for Devil's Thirst.
Mother's vigil? Where's that?
You would know it as the Forsaken Village, near the Karja border. But at the time, many families lived there. Ross was one of them. His mate was killed fighting the Outlanders, and his daughter was among those taken hostage.
His daughter?
亚罗伊不用看。
What was her name?
Alana.
Alana 啊。
She was just
猜
6
错了。
years old.
Nora Braves couldn't stop 12 Outlanders? Or rescue the hostages?
It was quite impossible. We outnumbered them, but every time a Brave came within bowshot, the Outlanders killed a hostage.
What did they come here to do?
That was never discovered. We couldn't track closely enough to observe them. We know they camped beyond Devil's Thirst for 2 days. There were reports of strange noises. And then, as suddenly as they came, the Outlanders made their way back to the border and disappeared.
What happened to Rost's daughter? She was killed?
Rost was one of the Braves who tracked the Outlanders, keeping his distance. There were 6 hostages still alive when they reached the border. Alana among them.
No.
Rather than release them, the Outlanders slit their throats and left the corpses just across the border, mocking us.
Why?
Cruelty. They knew the faithful Nora would not leave the sacred land to collect the bodies, let alone pursue them. They thought themselves safe from our vengeance.
所以他去追他们了。
Are you saying that Rost went after them? That he became an exile?
No. Rost was beside himself with grief, but even so, he would never have broken taboo.
Then what did he do?
He called upon the most terrible and secret rite of the Nora tribe. He begged to be made a Death Seeker.
A Death Seeker? What is that?
One who dies to go seeking, and in seeking, brings death to others. The ritual drags the spirit from one's body, releasing it to All Mother's care. The heart beats, the mind thinks, but the spirit has moved on.
I don't understand.
Rost went after the Outlanders, but his spirit never left. It remained here with All Mother. He gathered the bodies of the slain and returned them. And then he set out in pursuit, not as an exile, but a weapon of vengeance. A barbed arrow shot from a bow, never to return.
But Rost did return.
Yes. A full year later. And terribly wounded. He collapsed at the border of the sacred land. A hunting party came upon him. He was delirious. In agony. By law, he should have died where he lay. But one of the hunters broke taboo. And reaching across the border, she dragged him to our side.
Who was she?
A brave who'd lost a mate and 2 sons to the very outlanders that Rost pursued.
So Rost never finished his mission.
To the contrary, he killed all 12. Tracked them to disparate places the world over, he said. Meridian, Ban-Ur, the Claim, Utaru Land, further even into the Forbidden West. The last he killed nearly got the best of him. Wounded, he stumbled and crawled back to us, hoping to die as close to the sacred land as he could. He never expected nor asked to be dragged across the border and nursed back to health. That was done to him. Leaving us, the matriarchs, in a difficult position.
Why couldn't you just welcome him back?
Rost had been made a Death Seeker, Aloy. He no longer had any place among the tribe. By law, he should have been driven back out. But we couldn't bring ourselves to do that, so we offered a compromise.
So you made
him an outcast?
Yes. We offered to do so, on the condition he never speak to anyone of this exception.
After all he did, all he suffered, to be declared an outcast was his reward.
Rost was overjoyed. He never expected to live another day in the sacred land, let alone the embrace, so close to the goddess. He resolved to spend the rest of his days in solitude, and was happy to do so.
But then you found me, and gave me to him.
Yes. Another compromise. The matriarchs feared you, and would not let you be raised by the tribe. And so we turned to Rost. I knew that he would take care of you, bring you up, teach you to worship All-Mother and respect the ways of the tribe.
He certainly tried anyway. You took a man who'd lost his daughter and made him raise an infant girl? Doesn't that strike you as callous?
I'm inclined to think the course of events has shown the wisdom of our choice. And I'm quite certain that from the moment he laid eyes on you, he saw you as a gift, and never a burden.
All right, Tirsa, that's quite a story. It's time for me to move on. I thank you for doing what you could to help me through the years, and for telling me Rost's story.
I wish I could have done more, but I am just one woman.
As am I. No need to sell ourselves short.
Oh, thank you, Aloy. I will pray for you.
Okay, I guess it can't hurt.
这是另外一个叫什么名字啊？哇，不能讲话。
My life has been
哇，超级风华山苦手坡。
But I've never seen anything like that.
9点半差不多了。诶，那个山在哪？在这里哦。刚说要先去植物城诶，那山先过去好了。目前我快自己动。去吧。
God is protecting me, so
she can cleanse the corruption that still infects the land.
不要放闪啊！点我，点不了我。什么
？Snow. It's not getting any warmer out here.
什么声音啊？先过去吗？还是今天就先这样，明天再继续啊？明天再继续好了。哎呀，我等下。很好奇其他地方是不是也这样啊？这边，竟然要卖一个卖商品的猎人是什么？2件，但是可以了吧？够远了吧？没卖肉吗？没有，好，算了。我的名片好少哦。猎花剑其实用不太到。这里是最终决战地点吗？应该是这一个吧。这里，一定是这里。先维持不成啊！我先起个路吧。好饿啊！到那边就先收台，明天再继续吧。把最后一个一击打完。查一下我的支线有没有全过。等一下来查一下。我看一下我的所有同盟已加入白金，查一下。同盟外同盟任务到底是哪几个？我看一下有没有过。无敌德，尼尔复仇，太阳眼。好像有，看一下任务名称，感觉是都有过。先这样，明天再继续啊，9点半了。那我准备休息了。那我关掉。好，贴纸扫码。